you're not going to do well.
Yeah, and remember, I like you brought that up because remember you have to balance. SEO is kind of like you have to please the user and you have to please the Google bot. For example, you got to get the search engine to return your website, so the search engine has to like it. But if you're on the first page, first position, and your website sucks and you have no content, which happens, then the visitor is going to bounce. So
Yeah.
remember that you got to kind of balance that.
And that's what we call it, SEVO.
SEVO.
SEVO, that's search engine visitor
optimization.
optimization. So
There
how
we
can
go.
you turn your website into something that is actually a good experience for the search
There
engine
you go.
visitor?
Okay, what's up next? Number 4, keyword use anywhere in the title tag. Okay, this is another one. I was a little shocked. I knew it was a factor. I did not know it was this important of a factor. I think it's pretty straightforward. Keyword use keywords.
Well, if it is your, and now here's the classic mistake. You're making your own website. It's your own business. It's the BOW business, and you put welcome to BOW as the title of every one of your pages, right? Which seems to make sense, except the title of the page, in the classic sense, a title of an article isn't, about the business that wrote the article. It's actually the title of the article and the information in the article. So that's what Google sees it. So take the time, and this one simple thing can make a big difference in your search engine placement. And that is, what's relevant, what's the information that's going to be available on this article,
Mm-hmm.
on this web page, put that in the title. So if it's about blue one-armed widgets, then, blue one-armed widgets. In fact, SEO people will argue that it needs to be early on in the title. So you don't want a bunch of text and then blue one-armed widgets. You want blue one-armed widgets, available now or something.
Okay, so if we could use it first, it would
Yeah.
be better
Yeah.
than having it as one of the last things. So
And that goes to, we talk sometimes about density and prevalence. So how early is it shown in the text and how dense? Maybe you mentioned blue one-armed widgets twice. You want to make sure that you're not stuffing it, because that's not good either. But make sure
yes,
having
don't
it more
stuff.
than once is good.
Don't keyword stuff anywhere, not in your title tags, anchor text, nowhere.
Yep.
And another one, the number 5, trustworthiness of the domain based on link distance from trusted domains.
One more time. Trustworthiness of the domain based on link distance from trusted domains. This just goes back to the external links coming in. If you've got MSN, who is clearly a trusted domain,
Yes.
linking to your website, then you're one step away from a very trusted domain name. If it's MSN and then John Doe and then Bill Smith and then you're a couple steps farther away. And then of course there's lots more longer paths that you could be away from a trusted domain. You want to be close to trusted domain,
Mm-hmm.
and basically that's saying those websites with good PR rankings or good Alexa rankings that get good traffic, that are quality that people respect. The closer you can be linked to them, the better.
Yeah.
And that's factor 5. So it looks like 3 of the factors of the top 5 are actually related to links, right?
So I would say links.
Link building is one of the biggest things that we do.
So to John Reynolds in Southwest Australia, there you go. Like link. I know most people only know 3 or 4, maybe 5 SEO techniques, but that's proof positive why links is one of the most important and popular SEO techniques, or anything involving links is very popular. There's other things that are good, but links are way to go.
I think this kind of even this starts to answer John Reynolds' question. I know of 3: content, links, and something else, and keywords.
Mm-hmm.
But really, links are not just links. So there's internal links, there's external links, there's the page rank of the link coming in, there's the keyword anchor text of the link as it's coming in. There's so many. It's not links. Is not just one of the 200.
Yeah, I got you.
It's like 10 or
linking.
20 of the 200, based on all the different kind of factors, different ways to look at links. So it's a great question, and we're actually going to continue that.
Let's add our own to it, because there's more than this that we think you should be doing. Remember, we're going after what you should be doing at the absolute minimum, because most of you out there, our listeners, are running your own website and trying to do this piece it together by yourself. So what can we add to this? I know we think there's more than this.
Well, I think that's a good list. I think let's kind of stick to our kind of year in review.
Okay.
Right. So the next
I thought we
thing.
were gonna add social media.
That's what we're going to do.
Okay.
Yeah. So the year in review is, the other thing that you do want to do is social media. You're exactly
Okay.
right. So
Okay.
we're on the same way path, just speaking a
Just
different
getting there in a
language.
different way. Okay.
And hopefully, this is a language that Gino over in Australia appreciates. So the next thing is, social media. Now, frankly, when we started 09, we were doing one social media thing, and that was the podcast. Right? We started that in the latter part of 08. All through 09, and then now we've evolved. So here's what we're doing social media-wise: Twitter, Facebook, podcasts, video, Ustream, live Ustream, YouTube, and then we're going to go into do a video podcast. So all of those are social media, and the SEO rapper said it best, right? He's like, if they're not finding you at your website and they happen to be finding you at Facebook, it can only happen if you're on Facebook.
There you go.
And at least they're finding you.
There you go.
So it really is not should I be doing Facebook? It's you or social media in general. It is you've got to come up with some sort of program and make that happen.
Okay.
It's got to happen.
I like that. And one thing is when you said should I be doing Facebook, that I just thought of actually when you were talking about all the different social media that we're doing, social media is more than Facebook. And even myself will forget that. It's more than Facebook and Twitter.
Well, we were looking at a website the other day that had this row of like 8 by 5, so over 40 different ways to be socially connected to a particular article. Dig, stumble upon, LinkedIn, delicious. I mean, there are so many different things to be involved in. So you really want to, Facebook's huge right now, Twitter's huge right now. So if you're really going to do anything, you kind of want to be doing some of those. Remember, as a business, and this is something that we're really working towards as part of the reasons that we do this podcast, is you want to establish yourself. I mean, there's lots of talented people in whatever business you're in, but you want to establish yourself as the expert, as at least one of the experts, or as an expert in that industry. And this iTunes podcast, the most popular SEO podcast on iTunes, it works to do that. So people start to understand eWebStyle as experts in search engine optimization. You want to do the same thing for your business. So maybe it's starting a podcast. Maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's just, being consistently active on your Facebook page or your Twitter, so that the more people, when people start thinking about blue one-armed widgets, they think about you, if that's what you did. Or, in our case, if people think about search engine optimization, they think about eWebStyle. So, those are kind of the reasons. And, in all of this electronic age and all of this, it still boils down to people. Like, people want to know that, eWebStyle can be a big company that is a machine at cranking out high rankings, but people don't really want to deal. There's this. They kind of want to deal with it, but they really want to know, the people behind the mask, the people behind the curtain. From
they want a personal relationship with who they're going to do business with.
Yeah. So that's what we recommend you to do. That's what social media is all about, and it works really well. So I think our time's up. So this is another great podcast. The end of 2009. Now we're on to 2010. We're going to keep covering John Reynolds' question and some more details about the things that affect page ranking. And
I have a couple people I'd like to say hello to John Pavlakos. I gave him a shout out earlier. He sent me an email in Christmas. Hey, thank you for the email, for the holiday well wishes. John was actually the very first person that ever sent us an email.
Oh, cool.
I can't remember his website, but I remember he sent us he gave us an iTunes review, Dr. Video. Thank you very much, John. To Jignesh and to Todd at Costa Rica Real Estate, thank you for the analysis. I got those to you. And thank you for everyone that listens to the podcast, man.
You mentioned analysis. Yeah, if you want a free analysis of your website from a search engine optimization perspective or from a web design and development perspective, we really kind of blend them both.
Yeah.
But go ahead and go to our website. Go to e-webstyle.com. When you get there, click SEO, and at the top there'll be a place where you can give us a call. Go ahead and give us a call. That's fine. Or a little bit farther down is a kind of a smaller link. We'd rather you call us, but there's a smaller link that links to a form that you can submit if you don't really want to hop on the phone or whatever, or if you're in another country. because a lot of our listeners are
Or in
in
other
other countries. So
Ooh, hang on, one person. Two more. Personalgrowth.com. Scott and Leanne, thank you very much for your listening.